as mompreneurs, we have so many things going on. Like our daily schedule is just crazy. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel, and for this episode I'm going to be sharing with you my 3 steps in order for you to have an effective night routine, in order for you to have an effective day. And why am I making this video? Because as mompreneurs, we have so many things going on. Like our daily schedule is just crazy, and usually, a lot of times, like by the end of the day, we get frustrated because we didn't even get to do half the things that are in our schedule, and it's just crazy. And for me, through the years of mompreneuring, I've always believed that your day, how effective your day goes, is largely dependent on how effective your planning the night prior is. And this is the reason for this video. By the way, if you're new here, I am Dr. Jet. I am a pediatrician and a mompreneur, and my mission is to help you run your online businesses while also juggling happy and healthy mom lives. Alright, so like I said, this video is my 3 steps to have an effective night routine. Alright, as you can see, I have a new setup. I'm actually in the work area, in my son's work area. That's why you can see his books here and his school materials here. But you can also see in his table that I have all that I need to go on with my nightly routine. The very first step is the brain dump phase. Or backtrack. Before that, I have like a prerequisite for you. My prerequisite is you have to have a me time every night, the same time every night. Why? You might ask me, why do I have to do that? Because it will set the pace, it will set a routine, not just for you, but also for your kids. And you might say, my kids are late sleepers. And this is the part wherein you really need to train them to be early sleepers. Yes, it's going to be a challenge at first, but for kids, they're very trainable, and it's really going to be up to you. For my kids, they're usually, I make it a point that by 8 o'clock, it's off gadgets, off everything, off technology. By 8:30, they should be in bed, so that by around 9:30 they should be sleeping already. You might be asking why. It's because by 10 p.m. that is now my schedule for me time, or my production time. That's typically me, my mompreneuring self, clocking in. Also, it has also become like I am already looking forward to that 10 p.m. No matter how my day goes, like sometimes it's just going to be crazy. I'll always have that, okay, just get to 10 p.m. You can do this. Just get to 10 p.m. wherein you can gather your thoughts and just like have a peace in the house and calmness. And just like that. So that you have also something to look forward to just for your own self. So by the time you have that time, I don't know what it will be for you. It could be 10 p.m. also, just like me, but you could have a separate or entirely different time. It could be 8 or 9 or 11, depends on how you would structure your day. But for me, mine is 10 p.m. and as soon as 10 p.m. and I sit down in my work area, I now go to step 1, which is the brain dump phase. The brain dump phase is supposed to be, you just dump everything, all the thoughts that has been running through your head that entire day. Like, you might have seen a YouTube video, listened to a podcast, listened to music, or you might have, thought that I have to contact this person, I have to reach out to this particular client or to this particular prospect, I have to send an email. Just put everything down. Just brain dump everything on a separate paper, apart from your planner or your notebook. I have like a scribble notebook, which is entirely different from my planner. Like it's like a planning notebook or a scribble notebook, more like a doodle or whatever. A scribble notebook would be fine. And then it is where I just like jot down everything that has been going through my head and just brain dump everything. It feels like such a load off. Why am I advising that you write it down? Because you have to empty your mind and empty your, the thoughts that's going through your head. And if you don't write it down, you will also tend to forget it as the day goes by. Yeah. Now the part 2 is, after doodling or scribbling everything that's going on through your mind, now go to assessment. Go to your planner. Okay, this is the Mompreneur MD planner. All right, go to your planner and assess your things to do for that day, which of those that you have done and or which you have accomplished, and which of those that you haven't accomplished yet. So just tick it off, and there's kind of this exhilarating feeling ticking off the boxes of those which you have already done, and it's a happy moment. It's a happy moment for me, just ticking off the things that I have already done. After assessing, there will be those days wherein there are also stuff that you weren't able to do, and that's okay. Give yourself grace. Don't feel too guilty because it's already been done. You cannot undo it anymore. What you can do is go to step 3, which is now the planning for the following day. Now, don't get me wrong, this is different from the weekly planning that you do every Sunday night just to plan your week from Monday to Saturday. This is different. You still need to plan every night or to plan the next day. All right. So this is entirely different, but this will be easier than what you do for planning during Sunday nights for the week ahead, because that will be in so much detail, because you will be in the Sunday Scribble, in Scribble Sunday, you will be placing there each of your priorities and your goals for the week and your things to do for that week. This one is every night you're just going to be like restructured whatever you haven't done, those tasks that you weren't able to do for the day, put it in the following day if it's still a priority for you. Before you go to sleep, you have to have that's the picture of how your day will going to look like. So just to make it easier, since you have already the weekly goal and the things to do for that week, every night as well, you have to have also a separate plan, the things to do. Okay, you have individual things to do for the day. So you're gonna be writing like this. Okay, just separate it. This is mine, for example. This column is for your business or businesses, depends on how many businesses that you have or how many projects that you're going through. And then this is the personal side, wherein this will cover your family or your household needs, your husband's needs, and whatever. So we put there, for example, mine, Yusana, what are the things to do, the things that I need to do for that day, the following day. And then Mompreneur MD, what are the things that I need to do for Mompreneur MD if I do have things to do that I need to do for the following day, and for the personal. So it's not every day that you're going to have a things to do or TTD under here. Now it will really depend. It could be you can have Tuesday as your business day, or you can have Wednesday as your project number 2 day, or you can have Thursday as your project number 3 day, or your business number 3 day. It will depend on you, but as long as you have the things to do listed, right? So once you have that, this one you're going to be doing also in the Scribble notebook that you have. And then after doing that, that's when you transfer it in your planner. You don't have to be so rigid about the per hour, like an 8 to 9, this is what you're going to do, 9 to 10, this is what you're going to do. You don't have to do that, but do time blocking, like I've always mentioned. Do time blocking, and then in those time, for example, you have allotted 3 to 5 p.m. like me, 3 to 5 p.m. you have allotted that for business, and whatever things to do that you need to do for your business, then that's where you place your things to do, so that by the time you sit down, wherein you have allotted that time just for business, you have already the things that you need to do from 1 to 3 or 1 to 5. Okay, just a caution, do not put in a lot of things, too much things to do in one day, because the tendency is you are not going to be able to do it anyway, and it will just make you frustrated by the time you assess on that night naman. For me, just limit it to 3 if you can. 3 most important tasks that will create the greatest impact for your goal, then do that. And this is the part wherein you will practice your prioritization, which ones are really, really important. Alright, so just to recap, the very first thing that you need to, the very first step is the brain dump phase, and then the second step is the assessment phase, and then the third step is the planning phase. Alright, so that is my nightly routine for you, and always remember that how effective your day goes will be most likely dependent on how well you have planned the night prior. Alright, this is also to give you less frustration and less of that feeling of being overwhelmed. Alright, so that's it, and I hope I will be making a different video for this Scribble Sunday or how to plan your week. That's in a separate video because I don't want to overwhelm you, and these are just tidbits until you get the entire picture. And again, no, just a disclaimer, I don't claim to be like 100% like perfect organizer. I'm not even a very organized person. Between my husband and I, he is the one who's more organized, but through the years, I have learned to do this because of my disorganized self. I have learned to write it down. Alright, so as always, I hope this was able to help you. If you find this useful, do subscribe to my channel and get notified whenever I put on new videos, because I will be putting out new videos every week. And as always, keep chasing big dreams and our little kids. Bye bye.